Hey y'all, Captain JJB84 here, and behind me is Sergeant JJB84. Um, is he having any speaking roles in this episode? I don't think so. Uh, Mega Evolutions of the Kanto starters. This is beyond amazing. Like, this is what people want. Like, your original Pokemon, your original starter, amped up and looking badass. I have the statistics right here as to each one of them. We'll start with Venusaur. Mega Venusaur. He looks cool. His tree looks a lot bigger. He's got more leaves on him. And he's got a big flower on his head. He doesn't look too different, but it's noticeable. And he has the ability Thick Fat. Now that is really good for Venusaur. That repels against ice and fire, so that's good. And I think his hidden ability was like chlorophyll or something. His speed doubled in sunlight, which is also good. But I think Thick Fat's a bit better. Now comes to the Mega Blastoise. This thing is just awesome. Like, I don't even know where to begin. He has a giant cannon on his back and two other smaller cannons on his like sides there. He reminds me a bit of like Transformers Armada Megatron. Armada Megatron had the big cannon on his back, the tank cannon. And Armada Optimus Prime had the two little guns, like here, that with the smokestacks, the two little guns like this. So he's kind of like those together. And this thing looks like it can turn, maybe. That's pretty cool. He has Mega Launcher, which means that moves like Water Pulse and Dark Pulse have more power. Now, Water Pulse isn't particularly a powerful move, and I don't think Blastoise can learn Dark Pulse. He can learn Flash Cannon, which is kind of cool. But we'll see. Oh no, we'll just have to wait and find out. Now comes my favorite of them all, Mega Charizard. Oh man, Charizard is one of the greatest Pokemon of them all. Just his design, his role in the anime, just everything about Charizard is absolutely amazing. And now they made him even better. He looks and feels even more like a dragon than he already is. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he's dragon flying, or flying dragon, or flying dragon fire flying dragon. He with a levitate ability, but I think he's still fire flying. He has the ability Drought, so he's got Groudon's ability, which means he can set up permanent sun, that is really good. He can set up permanent sun. Oh man, this could be good for Charizard. He could win back some fans, and hopefully, Stealth Rock's not so much of a problem anymore. Like, I do competitive battles, yes, but when you bring in all those facts, like, oh, Stealth Rock against Charizard, it's just like, oh, really? Like, come on. I don't know. Whenever I use a Charizard, I usually, like, have him out in front. So, now you know my confidential Wi-Fi strategies. Ah! But no, I think he's my favorite. I like, his hands look a bit smaller, though. They look more like, they just look like sort of three little fingers, like sort of spread like that. Spread like this. He's got these sort of like, looks like bits of armor. Sort of bits of armor that sort of go like this. They look a little like smaller wings. His tail has a few like spikes on it, and his wings look very, dragon-like wings. And he's got a big spike on his head, along with his two other little spikes. So that's pretty cool. They also revealed a few other things. Now there's Pokemon Bank, so you can set up permanent storage on the internet, which you have to pay for. But if it's like permanent storage, you can store over 3,000 Pokemon on there. I think that's pretty good. And it's also a way you can bring your Gen 5 guys into Gen 6, which is also pretty good, which is also really good, I believe. And apart from that, I have nothing else to say. Pokemon X and Y, we're getting some new things, and I think that it showed that there was a new Pokemon released. It's just an image. I don't know much about it. It looks like an Absol with a bad haircut. I think it's like white, has a gray face, looks like a weird looking sheep or something. But apart from that, I have nothing else to say. I think this is really cool, and apparently you can actually get a Kanto starter in the game. What it is, at the very beginning of the game, your friend, I think it's the opposite gender trainer, he or she will give you the Kalos starter, Chespin, Froakie, or Fennekin, and then when you meet the professor gives you Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle. So that can open to some neat ideas. The only problem with this, I figure I'm just gonna pick Fennekin and Charmander. So I'm gonna have 2 fire types on my team, and I'm gonna get the regular flying types. So I'll have Talonflame. So I'm gonna have 3 fire types on my team. So things are gonna get really silly really fast, and I'm gonna try and get this. There's a Torchic event which you get Mega Blazing. So I'm gonna have 4 fire types on my team, which oh man, that's even better when you think about it. So I think that's really it. All I have to say. I think this is just really cool. I hope they reveal a few more. There's Sergeant being whatever. There are some others rumored. A lot of the pseudo legendaries like Metagross, Tyranitar, Salamence. They're rumored to have Mega Evolutions. I like seeing the fan ones, the fan made ones. They're really cool. I saw a really cool one of Hydreigon. Had like 6 heads or something. No, it had 5 heads. Like its 2 its 2 feet become its 2 little things that we call feet become heads. I just saw a weird advertisement. Disney Infinity. Curious about that game. But apart from that, I have nothing else to say. I think this is absolutely amazing. Mega Evolution, people are mixed on it, but I think now that we have this, I think it's a sure sign that Pokemon's headed in the right direction. So apart from that, I have nothing else to say. If something else is brought up or mentioned about Pokemon, something like that, I will talk about it, and I'm going to do another rant on Red versus Blue, so you get to hear me rant and complain as usual. But apart from that, I have nothing else to say, so see you later.